Hey, y'all give me 2 minutes. I'll be with y'all in a sec. 2 minutes. All right, still getting situated. Thank y'all for joining the live stream today. Shout out to the playback gang. Uh, Click on these topics real quick. Let me see who in the chat. I already dropped the link. What's up, out TBA? What's going on, bro? Hey, make sure y'all hit the like button in the playback. And quick flame, quick flame, swig of water. Talk about some that undiscruted work. Talk about that for a little bit. Happy Friday. So we're gonna click on these topics. We're gonna talk about the belts in boxing. Y'all gonna get this casual crack. And we'll get into, like I said, that undisputed work. Who's still about that undisputed work? And I've always been a fan of that. I'm the biggest fan of that undisputed work. You'll notice probably the fighters that I flame the most is the ones that try to run away from that undisputed work, especially when they get like super close to it. They right there. They allow somebody else to get in the way or get in their ear and redirect them to do something different. That be bothering me. You know what I mean? So it may not bother nobody else, but it bothers me because, you know, throwback kind of a fan, old school, like them guys wanted to just beat everybody. Everybody that they said was better than them, they wanted to fight them and prove that they was the best. Nowadays, it's just all about the clout and who got the most views and who can sell the most pay-per-views and crap like that. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to knock that, but it has not maintained the traditions of the forefighters, if you will. The fighters that came before these guys, a lot of them were able to hold up multiple belts, take that picture, and stamp themselves in history and their legacy solidified. And I personally feel like if I personally feel like if there is a sanctioning body that is not align with that, get rid of them. You know what I mean? We shouldn't even be consider that belt for undisputed. Much as I love the lineage of the WBC and everything that was going on with it, just not the same. Just not the same. But in this era, we have seen few, very, very few, obtain all of those 4 belts and held all of them up and stamped himself in history. We got a very, very few. And it's very, very few that are pursuing that. You know what I'm saying? Like you interview a fighter right now. Very few of them are gonna like say that, that they want to be undisputed. And if they saying that, their actions, once they get to a certain point, don't reflect that. Don't reflect that. I was the biggest fan of, say, like a Deontay Wilder at one point, right? Errol Spence at one point, Keith Thurman at one point. You know why? Because these guys wanted to be the best in their weight class. They didn't just want to have the highest, the most pay-per-views. They didn't just want to have, uh, you know, the most followers, what I'm saying, on Instagram. It wasn't about that. That's not why I became a fan of them. I became a fan of them because they was really free smoke at one time. Or at least that was what they had me to believe. You feel me? And when they changed from that, I flamed them. I did that. I started a whole movement where it's just like, okay, you guys want to redirect. Y'all want to jump ship now. Nah, I'm going to flame you. I'm going to flame you for that. Because I'm a fan of you and I'm disappointed. I'm upset that you are now on some weak champ shit when you was on some big champ shit. I can't be a champ. I can't be a fan of weak champ shit. That's just not in my bloodline. It's not my DNA. I'm a fan of big champ shit. Who that?
It is Reggie Liverpool.
Oh, Reggie. Reggie with the Reggie. What's going on, Red Glove?
Not much, Black. I was like trying to get some shit together for my next video. Saw you
Oh,
was
okay.
live, so I came over here. I didn't even realize you had had put the link in the hangout. So I would have jumped on earlier if I would have realized that.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably start doing it like that, man. You know what I mean? I'll kick it off and drop. As I kick it off, I'll probably drop the link before I even kick the live off. You know what I mean? Or
So,
before I start the live off. What I mean?
so, so you talking about these champions or these boxers that you support them and then they switch up?
Yeah, man. I've had to deal with that. That's been my journey in this so-called YTBC. Is being a fan of a boxer because I know that they free smoke, or at least that's the impression that I get initially. They want to go after all the top smoke and become one face, one name. Then they switch up. Then I gotta flame them. Thus, the journey of BHP and his YTBC, bringing the flame.
Yeah. Remember the first commandment in the UGC?
Mm-hmm.
Anything you say can and will be held against you. Um, don't say you want to be one face, one name, and then when one face, one name presents itself, all of a sudden it's not about the belts anymore. All of a sudden you don't want one face, one name. And it's not just Wilder. You mentioned Keith Thurman. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you can't say I want to be undisputed and then call the WBO the WB no.
Facts.
Because
Facts.
anybody who knows anything about undisputed knows that there's 4 belts, and you can't achieve undisputed without getting all of them.
Right. Right.
So
And that's just real stuff. It's been a lot of fighters and then I learned too that when I did start flaming and all of us started flaming, the backlash, from the fans. You feel me? Because what these people don't realize is that we're still fans, and that's why we flame. If we didn't give a shit, I wouldn't be. You know what I mean? It's more like I was fans of these guys initially. They switched up. It's a disappointment because that should have been that was your whole objective. That was the whole reason why you got some of us as fans. You feel me? And when we talk about the old fighters, fighters of old, I've been on some good channels lately. And appreciate you, Red, just referring a lot of channels and uh, Brass Clyde, lot of different channels. Boxing Library. What's his name? He changed his name though. He's not Boxing Librarian no more.
Oh, Hardline Boxing Talk.
There you go. Hardline, another good channel. Like go there to learn. But even at that time period, them guys was fighting all the best competition. They was trying to prove that they was the best. You know what I mean? And I get it. It's a different era that a lot of guys want to feel like they just want to be known as the most popular. But when you want to be the best, that is what keeps boxing alive. You know what I'm saying? That warrior spirit. But when these guys get to that point where they could be undisputed and they right at the doorway and they switch up, it just be I don't be understanding that, man. But I guess sometimes people want to protect their image and their reputation. They may feel like, damn, it's right there. But if I lose, man, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to deal with failure. You know what I'm saying? But you get more respect and props just going for that. You know what I mean? Just going for the gusto, just daring to be great. And that's why I can respect somebody like Anthony Joshua because of the simple fact that this guy has took a loss trying to be great. You know what I mean? And that's just part of being a champ. It's not all about just all the wins. It's about the losses too, and the bounce back.
Exactly. It's not it, anybody can be confident and perform to the best of their ability when everything's going their way. It's when you face adversity. It's when they put you to the fire. There's a reason why they say that um, the cream of the crop rises to the top. You know, they heat up gold to get rid of the impurities, and what you're left with is a complete and uncontaminated product. And it's not always easy. You got to go through fire. You got to go through flame. Um, that's why your flame of shame is very appropriate. You're putting them through that flame in hopes that you're getting rid of the impurities. And this is not an easy sport, but if you take a loss and you're able to come back, still be confident while still being humble, and you get your belts back, or you rectify a loss that you took, that says a lot more than going around knocking out sulkas, saying you could beat the top guy in the division, and then you're pulling up dudes from lower divisions. It says a lot more than any of that shit.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, bro. But I think also too, if there is a fighter, like say we talk, we got AJ up on the screen, I think that you should consider the ones that want to be one face, one name as runners up for face of boxing. You know what I'm saying? I think that should be important too. If you're gonna consider somebody the face of boxing, they should be one. They should want to be one face, one name, not just considered in a media sense face of boxing, but the real face of boxing or the face of a division, weight class, something. I mean, and that's why the heavyweight division is so popular because you got them guys up there, man. It's just one shot can change the fight, but they up there putting their life on the line and daring to be great. A lot of them, and somebody like AJ, we got to give him his props. I don't know what's going to happen in the future with his whole situation, but I kind of also wanted to speak on like how the belts changed. Like it was 3 at first, and then of course, the youngest one, the WBO, came in the equation. But it almost gets to the point where it's like if there's one sanctioning body that is not really on board with undisputed, and they always kind of throw a monkey wrench in the game when there's about to be a unification of all belts, maybe they shouldn't even be considered. Maybe we should go back down to three instead of four.
I
Even
agree.
though it will only be in that Forest company, it will only be B Hop, Bud Crawford, Usyk, and Jermaine Taylor. But hey, I mean, at least we could just say, hey, these three belts, these three sanctioning bodies are on board with undisputed, with the one face, one name, unifying these belts, while the rest of them gonna do whatever they're gonna do. You know what I mean? Because as much I gave it up to WBC, as much the lineage and the champions that have touched that belt, it's not the same. It's really not the same. And I don't want to take nothing away from like say Jamel when he fights here here shortly. He defended his belt. I'm not taking nothing away from Gary Russell. He's defended his belt. All the people that has, held it up admirably. But I'm just saying, like overall, what I mean? When we've got to that point to get undisputed, it's always been, like you say, hashtag fuck all Mauricio's, man, because he's not trying to get that allow that to go down, unfortunately. So I just feel
Yeah,
like, might have to downgrade to three, but if that would be the case, AJ would be considered undisputed without that WBC, you know.
yeah, I agree. Like, in my opinion, there really needs to be like a charter body. And what I mean by that is, I used to work for a bank. In order to be a bank, you got to be chartered by the FDIC. And this is all American banking. So, anybody, I know we get listeners from, other parts of the world, but here in America, there's something called the FDIC, and they're the ones who charter all the banks. You have to follow all their rules and all their regulations. If you don't follow their rules and regulations, they can fine you, or you can decide that you don't want to be chartered by them, which you can actually do and still operate as a bank. However, FDIC insures the banks. I'm trying to be as quick as I can with this. Tries to
No, you
insure
good.
the bank, or they're the ones who insure the banks. And here's the thing: if you're not being insured by anybody, people with the big money, with the millions of dollars, they want their shit to be insured. If you're, so they won't, they're not gonna fuck with you if you're not insured by the FDIC. So
Mm.
I said all that to say this: if we did something similar with boxing, when we have this charter body that oversees everything, that says, in order to be considered for undisputed and to be taken seriously in the sport of boxing, these are the criteria, and if you don't follow them, or these are the rules, you break them, you're gonna get fined. Because that's the problem. There's no accountability. That's why Mauricio
Right.
Suleiman can go ahead and make a belt that has no mandatories, that has really no rules, because there's nobody there to say, hey, um, if you want to make that belt, then understand it's not going to be considered. Actually, no, it should have to go through an approval process. And if they don't approve of it and you still put that belt out there, they should be able to fine you. And if you continue to, not adhere to that rule, they'll be like, you know what, you're out of the boxing game. You can sanction matches if you want, but they don't mean shit when it comes to the sport. And then,
Mm.
you know what that means? The boxers are not going. If you're not being chartered by this body, then nobody's gonna want to fuck with you, because your belt is not considered a real belt. It's
Hmm.
considered, it will be just like it. If I were to make a belt made out of cardboard, it would hold the same weight as your belt. You would be seen. You see what I'm saying? Like, you're not taken seriously. Nobody would want to
Right.
fuck with you. And then, uh, uh, and then if they're like, all right, we're gonna adhere to the rules, and they break them, then they get
You know
fined.
what?
And that's the
I,
yeah.
no, I agree 100% with what you're saying. You know what the WBC should turn into? It should just become the official like money belt, man, celebrity belt. Like all of this shit. Like I heard about this Floyd and what's that motherfucker that Logan Paul shit or something. Like
Yeah,
y'all can put that belt up for events like that, exhibition belt or something.
yeah. Do that. Like they can still make their money, but they're at the same time they're not
Right.
screwing up the sport.
Right. Yeah. Just stop
Because at that
screwing with the
point, they
sport.
could be,
I mean, because they make a belt every other day.
yeah, they do.
For every new holiday and shit, every new custom. Like, oh shit, I forgot. This is Kwanzaa coming up. Let me make a belt for this. So they like doing
And
shit
think
like that.
about
That'll be, and nobody will get them heat. They can be in their own element, supplying belts to Logan Paul events and exhibitions and shit. Tyson and Roy Jones, they can be right there, front and center. Sanction that.
yeah. In that situation, everybody wins
Yep.
because you, as a sanctioning body who's not chartered, you're not messing with the sport. But at the same time, people will still look at you legitimately because if Roy Jones or Mike Tyson is holding your belt, you're going to be taken seriously. Like as long as it's in the realm of the exhibition, like
hmm
basically be a casual belt.
World's boxing celebrities,
Yeah, exactly. And
world's
they can
best
have
celebrities.
whoever.
I mean, WBC.
Yeah, but when it comes to the sport where we're trying to get undisputed, um,
hmm
they shouldn't be able to be involved in that.
Right, because this is what the fans got to understand. It's about you know, once that person achieves undisputed, they may vacate, they may try to defend, but what are the chances? How long you think they're going to hold in the belt? It's like once the belt is unified, more likely they're going to be vacated and dispersed, and you're going to have some new champions to rise. So it's not like it's a bad thing. It's just that one individual can say that, hey, I achieved a milestone in the sport that I love by unifying, not only becoming champion, but becoming a unified champion where I held all belts. You know what I mean? On this day in history, I did this, whoop de whoop de whoop. Crawford can say that, Usyk can say that, B Hop can say that, Jermaine Taylor can say that, and all the other many legends that have held all of the belts that were considered, the belts you needed for undisputed. You know what I mean? Just so that they can have that milestone. But you know, when all of these sanctioning bodies are not on the same page, then it's really taken away from that. It's making it to where boxing don't really have the same. It's not the same no more, man. It don't even feel the same. It's like, what are we pushing
Yeah,
for? We just pushing to see,
and the
to
other,
just go ahead.
all I was gonna say is the other thing I was gonna say, just real quick, is that I would also make it to where not only do they rule over the charter that I'm talking about, this theoretical one.
Right.
Um, they would also oversee promoters and be able to fine them and put rules on them if they don't, if they don't follow the rules, they can fine them. Because the real problem here is money.
hmm
There's no, if you're not being held accountable and you're being able to make money however you see fit, then you're gonna do whatever you feel like. But if you have somebody saying this is what you have to do to be involved in this business, or you're not gonna be involved, if the goal is to make money, but every time you break a rule, you're gonna be fined a shit ton of money, you're gonna stop breaking rules. And that's
That's
that
true.
that's the whole key to it. But anyways, they would also oversee the promoters, and here's the other one, the networks. If you are a network and you want to put on and
Yeah,
you want to televise boxing matches, you have to. So what that means is you're not going to be allowed to block a fight from happening just because this guy fights on Fox and that guy fights on ESPN.
yeah, that'll be lit.
You know,
They need that.
yeah,
What's up?
that would
What's
get
up,
rid of
Tony?
that problem.
It would.
Hold on, give me a minute. I'm driving through a dead zone. I'll be on here in a minute.
But yeah, I
All right.
realize
Talk to
that what
Tony
I'm
Driver.
suggesting, I realize what I'm suggesting is probably it's really just a fairy tale. You know, it's very optimistic. It will probably never happen,
It's a
but
good one
I
though.
think yeah, I think that's the solution to the problem. Everybody who's involved with the business, they want to be a part of it. They have to follow, these these people will hold them accountable, and if you break the rules, you either have to get out of the business or you have to pay fines.
Yep. I think you said it before too. There's no govern for the governed, no governing over the governing
Exactly.
body. So that's definitely the solution right there. Because, like you said, without it, these dudes are just doing whatever they want to do, and it's just all about the money. And with that comes corruption, and it's just been running rampant, man. It's the corruption that's gone viral, and from one sanctioning body to trickling down to the promoters, and then you got another sanctioning body look like they might start getting some of them uh corrupt symptoms in them, sneezing and shit. So it's like, damn, man, you know. So it'll just take away from the lineage and the legacy of boxing, period, man. That was the biggest, that was at one point the biggest part about boxing, man, is seeing one person become considered the best out of everybody. And nowadays, when you say, look, I want to see these two guys fight so I can see who the best, they say you a hater, or they'll say you a fanboy or something like that, just because you want to see two of the best people in a weight class fight. And then when you prove that these two people are the best in the weight class, you want to see them fight. They want to hate on you or to say that you're a hater. It'd be crazy when all you
And
want to
then they
just see
got the
is
nerve,
the best.
and then they got the nerve to say they want to see the best fight the best.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, you might have one guy who was, like say for instance, Bud Crawford, man. Much props to him. He unified 140. I don't care. He fought the best that was at 140, and he did what he had to do. He got those belts. Then he comes up to 147. A lot of people consider arguably him and Errol Spence the best at 147. We talk about seeing that fight. Here they come and say, "Oh, y'all some haters. Y'all just hating on Errol Spence and whoop de whoop." And you're like, damn, man. You can't even just see the two best guys fight each other without getting backlash from the fighter supporters or the fanatics, if you will. So that's what it is. It's become a war of uh, fighting the fanatics in order to keep the sport alive, in order to see the real best fight the best, and keep pushing for that. Because if the real boxing fans like us stop talking, I mean, look, it's just gonna be all about Tune Up City, man. You might as well. Tune Up City, showcase promotion, showcase fight promotion. That's what it's gonna be. Ain't gonna be nobody out here talking about, man, who gonna be the next undisputed. Damn, when this dude gonna unify? I'm telling you, if it wasn't for the few percentage like us, these people wouldn't be talking about unifications. They won't be talking about undisputed, nothing. They'll just be about talking about how great their favorite fighter's resume is, stuff like that, and how many pay-per-views, who's the face of boxing and shit like that. Then you want to talk about undisputed? They're crickets. They jump ship because the guys who they support ain't with that. If your favorite fighter don't want to be one face, one name, I question that. I question that. Like I said, it's either some big champ shit or some weak champ shit. So if you a big fan of somebody who don't want to get that free smoke in with everybody, then hey, I don't know what to tell you, man. We ain't really got too much to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I
And you know,
focus on the ones that trying to be the best.
and you know what's funny? A lot of these fans who, they go against what what the sport should be about. Their their end game is for their guy to be the guy. All right. Now
Mm-hmm.
think about this, Black. The two biggest fights of the year are exhibition fights. Mike
Mm.
Tyson versus Roy Jones,
Mm, mm,
both
mm.
retired boxers. and Floyd Mayweather versus a dude whose record is 0-1. Those are the two biggest fights
in
of the
boxing.
year. So you
You are
want
not
your
lying.
guy to be, yeah, it you want your guy to be the guy, but yet you're
Mm,
gonna
mm.
allow retired boxers and YouTubers to outshine them because you want to protect them from taking the real fights.
Facts. Hey man, flame of shame. Should just the sport of boxing, man. Just gotta keep it on it. Flame of shame. And see, it's just it wasn't enough flame pushing for this like we was. If everybody caught viral, caught wave of how we've been pushing this, it probably wouldn't be in the same. This Red just told some truth, man. The two biggest fights in the so-called combat sport called boxing is exhibitions, man. Two retired fighters, man, and a guy who became known on YouTube and has a record of 0-1. This is the condition of boxing because we had a lot of great fighters who got a lot of praise, got a lot of protection, and nobody was getting on their ass to push them to make the biggest fights in boxing. Was not enough flame, not enough heat for them to push to make the best fights in boxing. So as a result, that opportunity uh, passed already, and then you got these exhibition shits taking over boxing.
Yep. Yeah, because think about it. If your favorite boxer is Errol Spence Jr., wouldn't you like to be able to say that, yeah, Mike Tyson and Roy Jones, two big name heavyweights, fought, but you can proudly say that Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford was bigger. And there's no guarantee that
Yeah.
you're going to be able to say that, but you have a much better chance to be able to say that your guy outshined these legends
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing legendary shit themselves.
Right, right. I mean, you know what's sad, man? Like I said, you can go to any weight class, right? And you look at, say, like the champions today. How many of them can we even mention in the company of the greats that fought in the same weight class back in the day? Like, it's really difficult, man. Like when you compare them, you look at their skill set, you look at the accolades, the achievements, and you look and try to compare it to the guys that came before them that was in the same weight class fighting. You feel like, damn, shit's sad. You look at these old school cats, they probably walk right through these cats nowadays. I mean, you look, we saw uh 2019 and then early part of this year before the pandemic, how the old cats beating these young niggas' asses. I'm just saying, it was a lot of old cats whooping that ass out here. It just shows that they mentally tougher, they got more heart, they have more skills, even in their age. It just shows that, like, man, this era then came, era of boxing and became soft. And it's because, a lot because of this social media era, a lot because of the fanatics making them soft, man. And that's why we had to flame you fanatics because y'all making them soft. When they out here fucking up and the UGC was flaming them and saying, oh, they stupid out here drunk and doing dumb shit, y'all go back and look. When we was flaming them when they was doing dumb shit, we flamed them before the bad shit happened, before something drastic happened. But y'all was encouraging the shit though. Y'all was telling us, oh man, let them party, man. Let them have a good time. I guarantee you there's some Ruiz fans right now talking about, oh man, let them party, man. Let them drink his Ciroc and whoop de whoop. Fanatics. This is a professional athlete. But yet, y'all want to protect them when they do the soft shit. Or they do the stuff that's gonna break down their body when they get in there with guys that's trying to kill them. So it's the type of era that we in, bro. We had what, 4 or 5 people pass away last year, and rest in peace to them. But it's probably more a result of them not having all of the skill set that they needed, and maybe they didn't have, look, man, this is a brutal sport, and it's like even in these little exhibitions and shit, man, like anything can happen, but they playing around with this sport.
That could also be attributed to poor matchmaking. Because if you put a guy in there with another guy he has no business being there with, there's a good chance he's gonna get hurt.
Bad, and they playing around with this shit like it's a game. Iron Cone, what's up, Doc?
What's up, man? You hear me?
Hey, you gotta blow
Yeah.
up that picture, Black. That shit's so funny.
Oh shit! Why you still messing with him, man? I'm trying to let him. You see, I've been trying to let him make it. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. That's the most sensitive fans, man.
I mean, I don't understand. What's the problem? This is just a nice piece of art. I mean, it's promoting agriculture. I don't understand. What's the problem?
This man sitting out here promoting agriculture.
That one and the cookie jar one are so funny.
Hey, if there's anybody offended by this image in the live chat, let us know right now. Man up. Keep it 100. If you're offended by this image, let us know. What's on your mind?
I can be a fan of this man and still make fun of him. What's the problem?
That's the difference, right? Right. They don't understand that about us, Iron Cone. We can flame them and still be a fan.
Yeah, whatever, man. Anyway, what's up, Jen? Is that Red Glove? What's up, Red Glove?
Yes, man. What up, Iron Cone?
What y'all on today, man? I mean, I didn't really catch the whole conversation. What y'all on?
Well, it's Friday, man. So we gotta fry, we gotta cook.
Yeah.
So we got the undisputed work. It's not a lot of topics out here rotating when you talk about undisputed, and I think a lot of that's because there's maybe channels or media platforms that have biases to people who may not be about that. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, let me just say this, right? I realize, I mean, like, listening to a few people channels and everything, and I realize a lot of people saying like the Jamel Charlo fight is not pay-per-view, and they that shouldn't be pay-per-view or whatever. Now I understand if people say it's not, right now it's a bit expensive because of the COVID and everything, but people are saying that shouldn't be pay-per-view at all. My thing is, if you're not willing to pay for people who are unifying and people who are doing these things that we talk about all the time, then what would be the point of fighters even doing it? You know what I'm saying? Wow. I see people actively saying that, nah, man, I'm not gonna pay for that. That's not pay-per-view. Fine. If you want to say Jamal versus Sergey is not pay-per-view, then cool. But I think both of them are pay-per-view. I mean, together. And I think people should support Jamel doing what he's doing, right? Because Jamel didn't ask for no light touch. He didn't ask for no cherry pick. He didn't ask for none of that. He asked for what he asked for. And he's unifying, no problem. And people are out here saying that they're not going to support this fight. And I don't like that at all. That's just me in terms of unifications and all of that. I think you should support unifications. I don't think anybody should be out here trying to prevent unifications. And when people try to unify, you should support it.
That's flame of fame to Iron Cone with that, because that's all 100. You just broke it down to the molecules of these fanatics. Like, they would rather probably go pay for Roy Jones and Mike Tyson or Logan Paul, Mayweather, than to fucking support the fighters that's really in the trenches. You know what I'm saying? And you just brought up the fact that Jamel requested it. There ain't no pressure from the fans or nobody for him to unify. He wanted that work. Yet, like you said, people will criticize, oh, no, I ain't going to pay for that. Fuck that. Fuck Jamel. That ain't work. But yet, y'all feel like Logan Paul and Mayweather is worth your bread, though. But you say you a real boxing fan, but you won't support a guy who's trying to keeping the sport of boxing alive during a pandemic, nigga.
Yep.
Like, come on, man. If y'all can't sacrifice and support that, you're not real boxing fans. You're not real boxing fans, man.
Yep.
So unification, like you said.
I don't understand. Like, if you can't support this, then what exactly can you support in this sport? You know what I'm saying? I mean, people actively saying, I'm not gonna buy this. This is I'm not buying this pay-per-view and all this, whatever, whatever. I'm like, okay, if you're gonna say you don't have the money because of COVID, I get it. All right, I'm not stupid. What I'm saying is that people literally saying they're just not going to, and it should not be pay-per-view. It should not, these are not pay-per-view fights. It's not a pay-per-view fight. You're telling me a three-belt unification at 154? Jamel Charlo coming off his big comeback against Tony Harrison, all that, and you can't support this dude who, as we just said, he didn't ask for no tune-up, no light touch or whatever, whatever. Didn't ask for that. You know what I'm saying? I think people getting confused between him and Jamal.
Yeah, they need to stop doing that. Jamel, the truth, bro. Jamel trying to do it.
So,
well, that
anyway,
also tells you. Go ahead, Iron.
Go ahead. No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say is that also tells you who is really trying to promote this sport and who is trying to push an agenda. Because you're right. If you're here trying to promote the sport, here on YouTube, right now I'm talking, YouTube channels, and there's a unification and somebody saying you shouldn't support the fight. Logically, that doesn't make any sense. To me, that makes me say, well, you're not really you're not really promoting the sport. You have an ulterior motive that you're trying to push.
Real shit.
I just find it unfortunate. That's all. And I hope that helps what y'all talking about. But it's something that's gonna be on my mind about the state of boxing and the things people will support. I mean, some of these same people out here was hype, well, quote unquote hype over Gary Russell and Devin Haney, which was a nothing fight. But this fight is gonna fly under the radar. And this should be a big fight. You should support this. This should be something that y'all talking about y'all big and on the big channels. Jamel gonna be might be three-belt unified or Rosario. But for some reason the 154 division gets no love. I don't understand why. Maybe because Jamel is not their favorite fighter or whatever. Maybe they prefer Maul. I don't know what's this.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I mean, he got the dyed hair at the top and shit. He I don't get it. Why they, motherfuckers be acting like they like that shit, but I don't know. I agree with you 100% though, Iron Cone. Like, this should be
have you seen much talk about this fight at all?
If the talk that I've been seeing is just a lot of criticism, man.
Right.
So I'll be honest with you. That's why I just sit back. I kind of just sit back and look at this stuff. That's why I had to do this talk today to talk about Undisputed, just to see who really still care about that. Because every time we try to push Undisputed work and put that pressure on somebody who is supposed to be the best, like we got to deal with the soft energy out here, and people having an issue with us just wanting to see the best fights in boxing, not on YouTube exhibition type shit. Boxing, real guys that come up the ranks, probably got an amateur background, been in the pro ranks, come up the top, become a contender, become a champ. Like we focus on shit like that. Like that's the shit we focusing on. But when you got sanctioning bodies trying to, jump ship from Undisputed, and I was talking about before you came on, Iron Cone with Red Glove, maybe they should just make the WBC belt for all of these exhibitions and celebrity events, instead of getting in the way. Maybe we should just downgrade back to 3 belts to be considered Undisputed instead of them. And I'm not trying to take nothing away from Jamel, because Jamel, Gary, they've defended their belts. They've done what they needed to do. Fought all the competition in front of them. So it's a certain few. So I hate to criticize them, but it's just overall, that WBC is garbage, man. The Mauricio shit. That shit's trash.
Some of these boxers need to pull a Riddick Bowe.
Throw it in the trash, man. Throw that shit away, dog. Martin says, I believe if the networks and promoters promote their top fighters, put them on TV ads. Trying to figure out what he means. I don't know, but they need to promote the ones that want to be the best, though. The ones that's unified. Like Josh Taylor need to be getting a lot of promo. Jose Ramirez need to be getting a lot of promo right now. Errol Spence
Yep.
should be getting a lot of promo right now. AJ should be getting heavy promo right now. All the guys that's unified, multiple belts, they should be getting more promo than guys with a single belt or no belts at all, in my
Right.
opinion, in boxing.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean? It's shit is just ass backwards. You got guys who got no belts more popular than guys who got damn near all.
Yep.
It's crazy. Ryan more popular than a lot of niggas who got two straps. They know who Ryan is, who ain't got no belt, but they don't know who the fuck Rosario is. They don't know Rosario though. So it's how it is, man. But them guys should be getting a lot of promo. But we can see based on like media out here and certain channels, I guess, it's like we can see based on the content that what you really care about. You know what I'm saying? Is it really about the overall health of the sport, or is it just all about like, catering to a narrative or just catering to a few fighters that's gonna, making sure they look good and get them promo? I'm about promo for the sport of boxing. Whoever falls into the category of being the best, they're gonna get the most promo. That's how I feel.
Right. But
And I
then,
feel
but
like the
then,
ones been go ahead, bro.
but then, what really is the attraction to some? Because you see now, like some of these people have, schizophrenic ways of supporting fighters, right? As you
Yeah.
said, people who accomplish more should be getting more of your time. But is it that it's according to, I mean, it can't be according to who you signed with, because a lot of these dudes sign with the same promoter or the same company, and they don't like some of them, like how they like the other ones. And to me, it's all about, I guess, the personality. Maybe they like the personality
Mm.
more. I mean, maybe the dude is so-called stereotypical black. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
what
think
it is.
I think it all has to do with identity, which kind of goes with what you're saying, but I just want to go just a little bit deeper on it. Like if you're somebody who's like class clown, you always make cracking jokes and stuff, um, and you're generally a funny guy, which there's nothing wrong with that. You're gonna relate to somebody like Adrian Broner a lot more than somebody like Terrence Crawford. So I think a big part of it is that. Then there's the whole. Some fans are just skin deep. What I mean
Right.
by that is,
Right.
if you're the right color, then they support you.
Hmm.
It's a mixture of things. Like, and
Right.
if that's how you judge a boxer, there's nothing wrong with that per se. The problem comes when you want to make it seem like um being an asshole and being a clown to everybody automatically makes you better than all these other boxers, and you're trying to make that seem like fact. There's
Right.
nothing wrong with giving props. There's nothing wrong with giving props to a boxer that you don't like. You know, uh,
Hmm.
um,
Right.
I have to give props to Errol Spence Jr. that he is a unified champion. I got to give him props
Mhm.
for that. I'm not going to take that away from him just because I like Terrence Crawford more.
Right. And you know what I want to say, man, too, with that? Like, if he beats Danny, he will accomplish what Keith didn't. And I was low key in Monty Brown TV live chat. He was being cool yesterday. But I said that in his comment section that um Errol Spence would accomplish what Keith didn't, which is defending and winning as a unified champ. Because even though Keith got two straps, he never defended it. You see what I'm saying? And he never won with as a unified champion. So that'd be a big accomplishment for Errol Spence to kind of surpass Keith. Because at this point, they basically are kind of even. They both touched two straps. They both got injured. So it was like a lot of the same shit with two different type of situations. But they both got injured as soon as they got unified. And then now Errol Spence is about to come. He still got his belts though. He didn't lose no belt. They love Errol Spence. So that nigga can get fucking his leg sawed off probably, and WBC would never strip that nigga. But anyhow, but anyhow, you know, he's about to actually defend as the unified champ. And if he wins, that'll be better than Q. So just to piggyback on what you were saying, Red, I wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah. So
Hey,
is this?
shout out to Angel too, bro. What's up? What's up, my bro Angel?
What's up, bro? What's up, man? What's up, brother? Shit.
Chilling, brother.
Santos.
What's up?
What up?
I was in the yard. You know where I was at. You know, I was in the yard. Just got the
You
notification.
you
Late
was,
notification game.
you was
So
tending to the what do you call that shit? What's the shit? The wild boar? You was tending to the wild boar?
I'm trying to find that motherfucker, man. You know, get a couple pieces of corn out there. You know, ears of corn. You know, try to lure him out. But yeah, man, he went off somewhere. I'm gonna get him though.
Yeah. Hey, Red, I don't know if you wanted to finish up though, because I had interrupted you though.
I'm pretty much done. Real quick, so you're a wild boar. He's in hiding. Is his name Deontay by any chance?
Nah, man. Ain't my wild boy Deontay.
I'm
Well,
just
come on,
joking.
man, dude. Nah. We ain't come on, dude.
I'm just
That's
joking.
not cool. That's not
There's
cool.
one other thing I want to say real quick.
Just
To Iron
jokes, yeah,
Kong.
I think.
I would never
Hey, Iron Kong, just
I
real
would never
quick.
name an animal of my not an enemy, but like not even a person like that I know in life. You know what I'm saying? Like I
But
don't
the
know. I
way he
just
set that up, that was funny because he talked
yeah
about
yeah
the
yeah.
wild boar hiding. So that was funny. I like how you set that up. That was funny.
Yeah. Well,
See,
you know what? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Angel.
I'm just trying to get the wild boar for Tyson Fury, a clean, legit wild boar. You know what I'm saying? Raised out there in the wild. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm not gonna eat it. This for him.
Shit. We're in a
Hey, but
pandemic. You might.
real quick. There's a show. It's over. It's been over for years, but I don't know if any of y'all ever seen it. Parks and Rec. But there's
Oh
an
yeah
episode where where the dude was gonna he's gonna slaughter the pig. He got a pig specifically so he could kill it, cook it, and serve it.
I know what he's
But he
talking about.
named the pig. He named the pig after one. He's like the boss in the show. He named the pig after one of his employees. And when they told him he couldn't slaughter the pig there in the park, he's like, "Come on, Tom." And then his employee starts walking with him. He's like, "Not you, Pig Tom."
Stupid.
Oh, and
Yeah.
real quick, Iron Kong. El Jefe recently asked me like, what are the nicest beaches here in Florida? And I told him I'm not. I was like the one in my area that everybody loves, and I guess you could call it the best beach is Clearwater. I said, but to be honest, I seen nicer beaches in the Bahamas and St. Kitts, and I gave you a little shout out.
Tell
There you
him the
go. There
nicest.
you go. There you go.
Tell him the nicest beach is the bathtub. Tell him to wash his ass. No, shout out to him.
Oh, come on, no.
Start with the bathtub first, Nate. What's up, Charles?
Oh yeah.
What up, though?
Ain't shit. Can't sleep. Fuck this. I'm up though.
Hey, that's why I did an early one, man. For you, dog. I'm like, man, every time I do these night ones, he be at work. I got to get an early one in.
Yeah, Santos being a smart ass. Like, nigga, you going to sleep? Like, nigga, you know I ain't going to sleep. Nigga, I'm nocturnal. Nigga, I'm a vampire. I don't sleep.
Right. So what's your thoughts on this undisputed work, man? I know you've been listening in.
Yeah, let's get to it. I'm tired of them promoting
man.
that other bullshit as undisputed. I mean, like, they really running with the bullshit, but hey, it's one step closer. Fuck it.
I really like
It's the closest we gonna get to.
I really like the points Iron Cone was making about how like everybody would diss the Charlos, you know, like say Jamel unifying and shit. Talking about, oh, I ain't paying for that. But we got all this exhibition shit, and these motherfuckers probably gonna drop all their money on that. Roy Jones, Tyson, Logan, Mayweather.
Nah, they can keep that Logan Mayweather bull. I mean, yeah, that shit they can have. The whole well, shit, he one step closer. One of them is whoever's gonna win that fight, somebody one step closer to locking up the fucking division. Just like Lomachenko.
Go ahead.
I said they just a step closer. Like honestly, the only division that's getting to this shit with no issues is 140.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody keep talking about 154. Okay, we'll let them get to that point. 140 popping. Them niggas is trying to do it with no problems. You don't hear no network issues. You don't hear shit. Just all right, fight. Cool, we got that. Taylor Ramirez, all right, cool, got that. No problem. Everyone else, problem. Look at light heavyweight. No one's talking about light heavyweight division at all.
Damn.
At all. These
And
two
we got
niggas got the title. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
and it's a unified champion there.
Mm-hmm.
They don't
But
get hardly no promo, dog.
And ain't nobody pushing them niggas to the benefit and Bivol. Get it popping.
Right,
Nope.
right.
They cool with that. I
So
don't know,
boxing
man.
fans
Niggas
don't give a shit about unifications no more and undisputed.
I
That's
don't
what
know,
it came to?
man. These niggas just they like who they like. That's what it seems like.
Right.
It gotta be an end goal to the shit. Undisputed is it.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's gotta be it. It's I guess out here it's like if they favorite fighter is not trying to unify or become undisputed, they're not gonna promote that. They're not gonna push that.
Like you
They're not
just
gonna
happy
be talking
holding
about
that. You happy holding that one strap.
Right. And you notice that, man, like guys with one strap get more promo than guys who got multiple straps. I'm like, damn.
And you ain't lying about that bullshit.
Y'all talking about niggas who got like one belt, and you got niggas who got multiple belts, and y'all won't even put them in y'all title.
AJ soft, but yeah, he got 3 of the motherfuckers. Rogers King, this nigga had
Right.
1.
Wilder got no belts right
And
now.
now he got
just probably get
none.
more belts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he don't believe this nigga's the champ. Like, come on, man. Y'all got niggas gotta knock it off.
Right.
Hey, I'm
Fury ain't the
black.
champion, really. He got your belt. And he got the lineal, if you want to use that bullshit they was floating around to
In the
promote
ring.
that fight. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey, Black, back to what you were saying about if their favorite fighter ain't about, unifying, then they're not going to promote it. It
Yeah.
also goes for the hating. And what I mean by that is, let's say, you see a fan who hates, and get no mistake about it, they hate a boxer, all right? They claim that they're for the sport of boxing, but this is how you could tell they're a hater. When they're saying shit like they ain't fought nobody, and then when they're trying to make a fight with somebody and that somebody turns the fight down, then they say, "Oh, I'm happy they turned the fight down." Wait a minute, you don't like, according to you don't like them because they haven't fought nobody. Now you consider this person to be a name. They try to make a fight with that person. That person turns the fight down, and you're happy about it. That to me, that's an obvious sign that there's hate.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
that shit ain't hate. That's fucking confusions. Fucking idiots out here who say that dumb shit. I'm glad he didn't fight him. Really?
That happened with
You was just talking about that shit.
That happened with the Luis Ortiz and AJ thing when Ortiz's team turned the fight down.
Mhm.
There and y'all know who I'm talking about. There's certain individuals who was like, "Oh, I'm glad he turned down the fight." It's like, wait a minute, you say that he ain't shit because he ain't fought somebody. Then he tries to
And
fight
that-
somebody that you consider to be a somebody, and you're happy it didn't happen.
Mhm. And then when that certain somebody whoops his ass, and y'all sitting there giving the next nigga credit, like, here, well, if he would have fought him, well, we didn't see them fight. He didn't whoop that nigga's ass. So kill that stupid ass argument.
Exactly.
Like, I'm glad he lost. I told you he would have lost to that guy. How the fuck would you know?
Right.
Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Kill me with that goofy shit.
Charles is about 2 things: undisputed and O's gotta go.
O's gotta go.
You
Goddamn.
goddamn right. Y'all niggas sitting there, and now all of a sudden y'all want to smoke once that O gone because that pressure's off your shoulders. You should have stayed hungry, motherfucker.
The Adam Kalnaki fans hate Charles Guts.
I don't
Guaranteed.
give a fuck. And they can suck the sausage too, little motherfuckers.
I still can't believe somebody tried to tell you Kalnaki would beat AJ.
Yeah, bro.
Shit, they think Kanaki would beat
And
a few people.
I ain't never seen him come back. Ever. Motherfucker lost.
Who said that?
After that life or death struggle with motherfucking Mush Nose, Mr. Potato Nose, fucking Ariola. I was like, oh, it's a wrap for him against any top fucking heavyweight.
Yeah. And matter of fact, he said that after that fight. And I had brought that up to him. I'm like, bro, this man went life or death for Ariola. What the fuck you think he gonna do with AJ?
What you think he gonna do with a Ruiz or Ortiz or whatever? He gonna get his ass whooped.
Hey,
He ain't got no defense. The nigga's all offense, and he gas. He'll give you 3 rounds. He'll give you 3-4 rounds of hell, and then it's a struggle.
I just
Look
want to
at
answer Kong's
him.
question real quick because he asked who said that. It's not somebody who makes videos. I think they call him Zero or something. He comments though, and that day, he hit the link and tried to tell Black that Kaunaki would beat AJ.
Is he a Kawanaki fan or he just don't like AJ?
I think he just don't like AJ.
Yeah, I think it was what he don't like AJ or something. To say that stupid shit.
Or he Polish and he rocking with his squad.
You know what it was? He was trying to. I think what he was doing that day, he was trying to defend all the PBC stable fighters versus AJ.
Oh,
That's what was going on. He was like, Konaki beats AJ. I was ready to kick him off immediately. I was like, get this shit the fuck out of here, dog.
2 feet.
And then 2 months later, Konaki gets stretched by what, Hellenius or whatever?
Robert Hellenius.
Nordic Nightmare.
Nightmare.
Right.
Put his ass down.
Right.
Nigga had that long walk to the locker room. I'll be back. Yeah, we ain't seen you since, nigga. Fuck out of here.
I heard they've been trying to get Robert Hellenius back in the ring to fight Kawanaki, and Hellenius was like, "Nope, I'm AJ's number one."
Yeah,
like,
right. Why am I looking back at a rematch to your bald head ass? I just beat you.
Hey, real quick, man. Since we on this undisputed work, let's flip to the women's boxing real quick. Did y'all hear about the rematch between
McCaskill and the Breakers?
Yeah, I like the fact that they running that back.
She wants it back.
Shout out to I gotta do a video on Cecilia for one because I gave props to Katie Taylor too for running it back with what's her name? Like even before the fight happened, because I'm like, damn, to get back in there after you went through that. But the fact that she's up in age and she's willing to get back in there after that, I'm like, damn, I gotta give her some props for that.
It wasn't like she was blown out the water. She just lost.
Yeah. But you know, I'm just glad that she's getting back in there because some people might feel like, my spirit broken. Damn, I'm old. I'm past my prime, and I ain't got no chance of getting back at the top. But I like the fact that she's getting back in there. That's hard.
And McCaskill, she's not trying to deny it either, is she? The rematch
No, they gonna get it back.
See, and that's what's up. That's what's up. Isn't it ironic that it's the men who act like divas and it's the women who actually willing to get that work and run it back the way that it's supposed to be done?
To be honest with you, if I did a balance of content of the men boxing and women boxing, women will get more flame and fame than the men for sure. I gotta be real.
Niggas gotta stop saying the young boys ain't trying to get it popping because these young boys is active. Shakur trying to get to it. Ryan say is. Loma T.O. getting to it.
Yeah.
All these young boys is gunning. Except for Tank, little fat ass, but the rest of these niggas is gunning.
But then not only that though, real quick, but like a guy like a Josh Greer, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna come back from a loss. He don't drink, he don't smoke. He's a prime example of how a young fighter should be, you know what I'm saying? Boots tennis and stuff, they don't drink or smoke. They in that gym constantly working on their craft, their skills, and coupled with their God-given talent and abilities and athleticism, man. There's no telling how far you can get, and then you could get to Floyd if you stay away from the streets and drugs, that drinking, that boozing, and eating all that crazy shit. It's like you don't need a fucking butter lobster meal every time you win a fight. You just don't. You don't fucking have to do all that. Steak and lobster, surf and turf every fucking other day. Now you wondering why your fucking toes hurt, nigga. You got the gout now, bro. Because you eat too much meat. You got King's disease, my G.
This nigga said these little niggas.
My feet hurt.
Little niggas got gout. He hit them with the old people disease. You got gout, nigga, all in your toes.
I'm saying, but why my feet hurt? Well, guess what? You developing some shit down there. You might want to stop on, too much of a good thing is a bad thing,
How come y'all ain't, I realize Charles D was disrespectful just now and didn't mention Rolly, but whatever, man. Whatever.
Fuck Rolly. Rolly lost that last fight. Rolly lost that last fight. I don't give a fuck. I said that shit as soon as I heard the scorecards and that shit was over. I was like, this is bullshit, nigga. I literally threw shit at the TV.
Look, man,
I'm not even. I was that fucking mad at that fight. I was like, where in the hell did you give Rolly? One judge had Rolly up like 5 or 6 rounds. I'm like, what the fuck fight was y'all watching?
Right.
Morales, he controlled that shit with his jet. That fight was easy for him, and he did that without Garcia in his corner. He did it with the second trainer. So imagine
Right.
if he take that rematch with Robert in his corner. Robert gonna make that nigga mash the gas after round 6 because Rolly was tired.
Mm.
And you can see Rolly's punches coming. Because he load up on everything.
Yet somebody like him.
That fight was some bullshit.
Right,
Got my
right.
blood pressure up. Talk about that. Fuck you, Carl.
Hey, somebody made this comment earlier in the chat. Shout out to Lance Meyer. Shout out to Minnesota, man. Y'all stay warm. He said Lubin and Gachet on Showtime tomorrow. How we feeling about it? What's that looking like? Also, to add to that before y'all go, just to reiterate to y'all, he's number 1 in the WBC. So this will be a title eliminator. So whoever wins this will become pretty much next on deck for the winner of Jamel and Rosario.
Didn't Gausha he had a draw with Trout, didn't he?
Trout, yeah.
I got Lubin UD if he don't knock him out, but I don't see Gausha getting hit. So I'll give it to Lubin on points.
And then before we go to the next one, what's your thoughts on Lubin being number 1 and if he wins, possibly being next?
Shit, he get to avenge that L.
And not only that, he got multiple straps on the line, not just one.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Red Glove, what's your thoughts, man, on Lubin and Gausha and him being number 1? All right, we'll come back. Angel.
It's like Angel phone froze when she switched to the nuts and shit. Stop trying to be cute on your phone, nigga.
Well, Iron Cone.
I mean, I'll take it, man. I like Lubin. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I like Lubin. I don't think he gets, in my opinion, enough love sometimes. But yeah, I mean, he a good guy, he a good fighter, and yeah,
He is a good dude. Yeah.
Shit, let's go.
He only got,
But what's your thoughts too, Iron Cone?
He took that Charlo fight too soon. That's why motherfuckers he's washed up. Nigga, he was young and hungry. He went for it. That's his only blemish on his record. He got hit with a
people
shot.
don't care, though.
Hey, another credit to what you were saying, Charles, about the young niggas getting to it.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Iron Cone, what's your thoughts too, man, of him possibly being next for the winner out of Jamel and Rosario?
That's a good fight, man. Hey, listen, if Jamel takes that fight next, I mean,
if Jamel wins, yeah.
Again, sorry. If whoever wins that fight, that's 2 good back-to-back fights.
Yeah,
I don't know if it'll be straight after, but that's 2 good back-to-back fights. That's what we want, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So yeah, I feel that. Shit, PBC doing it. Let's go. Al Heyman, you win it.
I see Rosario hitting this nigga with
what's going on, Andrea? Go ahead, Charles.
I said I see Rosario hitting this because I could see this nigga being aggressive, thinking Rosario ain't about shit, thinking about his knockouts of Gallimore and all this shit. He gonna underestimate that young boy and fuck around and get hit.
Hey, we're gonna do a separate live breaking that down. That's why I didn't really put that so much in the title. That's why I ain't really did a Charlo live stream yet, because I want us to all really get some breakdowns on both of those fights in one particular live stream. But save the good shit that you know, the breakdowns, the deep breakdowns of it, because everybody gonna get a breakdowns of it, but not on this live though. But I mean, I'm just glad that, and I agree with Iron Cone, man. That's 2 good ass fucking fights, man. This Rosario Jamel fight, and then the winner taking on Lubin, and then Lubin getting back in there, after he already tasted defeat early, and just to see him get that second chance, and if it's Jamel, the storyline, the promo behind that, whoo, man, that's gonna be fire.
Out the window.
Sure. Hey, Jen, I'm gonna hop off. I gotta go drive.
Okay, yeah, I gotta jump off in a minute.
Take it easy,
Thank you, Iron Cone, coming on, bro. And hold on, before you go, Iron Cone, real quick. Just want to get that one more shot, just in case we got somebody in the background. Hey, that's your classic, dog. Hold on. I'm sorry, man.
Why does that look like? Yo, y'all niggas, I don't know how old y'all niggas is, but y'all remember 30-something? The little nigga Corky that had the Down syndrome?
Yeah. Corky,
why does that look like Corky picking cherries and shit from a tree?
I'm sorry, man. I had to get that last snap. Thank you, Cone. Appreciate it.
Hey, real quick, Black. Can I play an audio clip that I think y'all will find pretty funny?
Go ahead. Shoot.
All right. This don't got nothing to do with what we're talking about, but when y'all hear it, you're gonna laugh. Hold on. Let me make sure the volume's all the way up.
I play checkers, not chess.
Y'all heard that?
Yeah. I play chess.
Who the fuck said they play checkers, not
Who
chess?
said that though? Who is that?
You all right? I'm gonna play it one more time with a little bit
Who
more of the
made that
audio.
mistake, dog?
Who the fuck said that shit? It was
You know what I mean?
serious.
Playing these fucking games, bruh. Keep
Oh
playing
man,
them games.
that
I
shit.
play checkers, not
Oh,
chess.
no wonder.
I told y'all niggas he's kind of slow, man.
No wonder. I play checkers, not chess.
And he was dead serious, nigga. I
He
parked
said,
front
hey,
cars.
Charles, he said this shit with his chest, too. I play checkers, not chess.
And he was making
Say
his
it with your
point. Like,
chest.
you fucking idiot.
It was
I
the
play
funniest
checkers,
thing.
not chess. Like, man, I should kick you with both feet in the chest for saying something.
You know how Luke Kane do that little special kick move and shit?
Yeah, right. Johnny Cage. Bang. I'm a water boy, kick this nigga right in the chest, right over the fucking chest. Bang, with 2 feet. Mule kicked the shit out that idiot. I told you he's slow.
Checkers, not chess.
Yeah.
This man ran dumb. This man said, let me get this audio. I would have done the same shit. I would have done the shit out of that.
As soon as you played it, like, let me play it again, I was like, oh, this fucking idiot.
I didn't know who it was at first until the second audio clip he played. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
knew.
I heard the
I knew if
accent,
I
I'm like,
played I knew if I played a little bit more of the audio, you would get it.
of course I
yeah.
got that shit. It's fucking
It
dumbass.
took me a moment. I'm like, did this nigga say checkers?
King me. Get your goofy ass out of here. Running around in the summer with his fingers out with gloves on and shit on some Rocky Balboa shit. What the fuck is wrong with you? I play checkers, not chess.
Nigga in the freezer punching fucking steak.
Hey,
I'm gonna let y'all know right now. There's some content coming. I'm gonna be putting out some content using that audio.
That shit gonna be litty. I can already tell.
Yeah,
I play checkers, not chess.
Nigga at Walmart punching TV dinners. Get your soft ass out of here with that shit.
Man said it with his chest too.
Yeah, hitting all the hungry mans in the banquets and shit. Nigga,
I don't play chess, nigga. I play checkers.
Fuck you think this is, nigga? King me. Word.
I'll double jump all over the place.
Exactly. No checkmate. No check. Nothing. Huh? Just king me.
All right.
Hey, get your little ass out of here, nigga.
This nigga 1-2 kids say I played flag, not tackle.
Fuck out of here, nigga. Rough touch. Get your soft ass out of here with that shit.
Show Mark ass out of here.
I play checkers, not chess. I bet you he said that shit too. Not even high or drunk. That
he
nigga
probably
was
wrote the shit. He had that shit written down. He was reading it.
Because he got a speech every time he see it. You know he got a speech every time he see you read and shit. I got something for his ass. Checkers.
Because you know, Red go off the top. You know he got to write. JFL had to write his shit down. He wrote the shit down wrong.
That's still wrong. Nigga read that shit 3 times.
Checkers,
like, I'm gonna kill his ass when I say this shit. This gonna be my punchline. Checkers. Nigga looking in the mirror, practicing that shit, waiting to catch Red or live and shit. Yeah, I got something for his ass. Watch what I get his ass.
Little did he know, he checkmated himself. He didn't even know
it. He knew it. He just he had the CH part right. He just had the shit before. Like, yeah, nigga, I got his ass. Wait till Red go live. Yeah, I got you, nigga. We debating? Checkers, nigga.
I debated him. Just a couple days ago.
Yo, Santos, man, when you showed me that video, I swear to God, I thought you bought a cow. And then he was like, a wild boar. I was like, nigga, you bought a boar? Like, the fuck are you doing?
Fucking wild. He's in the bushes. That's what I be saying. Motherfuckers be in the bushes. They be coming out. All right, motherfuckers, I got you.
His name is Bomb.
No, I'm a call. My daughters gave him a name. His name is Seymour. So he's gonna be seeing more butts. Seymour Butts is gonna be dead.
Seymour Butts.
Angel, real quick, they're not in the bushes no more because it's the pandemic. They on the couch like this.
Yeah.
Fuck ass niggas, UGC ass niggas. Fuck them niggas, man.
I
Shit, I
laugh
gotta
every
take a
time I see
day.
that nigga face.
I gotta take a day there. Let me lay, man. Shit, back.
You gonna get yours? You gonna get yours, B?
Go get yours, B.
Word B, word B. You gonna get yours, B. Word
Word
B,
my
Strip,
mother,
nigga.
B.
motherfucker, B. That's my word B.
Strip, nigga.
I'm
Nigga
from Harlem, B. You don't play that, B.
shooting at the floor, making his ass dance. Shoot, dance, nigga. Strip.
Right.
You gonna get yours? You fucked up, Tommy. You gonna get yours, B?
Where's my mother, B? I
Mm-hmm.
fuck with New York niggas. That should be
You
funny.
ain't got a choice, nigga. You got two of them on your live.
No, I already got jumped last week. I ain't trying to get jumped this on my own live stream. Fuck,
Nah, you ain't get jumped, nigga.
getting jumped and shit. Every time I lead it, going to the YouTube streets, I get jumped. Hey, I wonder what this nigga doing. It's me again.
I don't know what he doing, man. I told
Hey,
y'all niggas a
y'all,
whole
y'all saw how
space
that
cadet.
nigga try to cross traffic? Who told me that shit? Oh, Angel. That nigga told me because I remember the Jamels was putting up their media workouts and shit. Then all of a sudden, Demetrius Andre out of nowhere want to drop 4 videos on his channel. Like what the fuck? You is
Was
not
any of
no
it boxing
competition,
related, or is he really trying to cross the street?
huh?
I said, any of it boxing related, or he doing some goofy shit?
I didn't even watch it. What did he
Nah,
put up, Angel?
he just putting his he putting this shit out like his Keith Thurman fight and all that, him beating Keith Thurman in the amateurs and
Oh, he
stuff. I'm like,
did?
yo, dog, you should have been put all that shit out, fam. Like,
I didn't even know he put up the
yeah, he
Keith
put it
Thurman
out. He
fight.
put his fight
Yeah,
with
he
Keith
did.
Thurman and
Yeah,
shit.
Santos put that up in the hangout
Yeah,
and shit. I ain't watch it, but
Oh, I missed it. I'm gonna watch it after this. I gotta get off anyway, but I'm gonna watch that shit. I didn't know. That's fucked up. Fucking with Keith. Why you gotta put up some
my
footage
thing
of
about it
Keith,
is
dog?
like dude's been telling Boo Boo to do the shit, and then he's just now getting on it. I'm like, dog, you got money like that. You should have had one of your family members who's nice with the thing, even though they probably are doing it for him still. But like this shit should have been like popping like 4 or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
That
yeah,
nigga,
and
one
hey,
one thing
if
whoever
started
had
like
Gary
ordered
one
up
with
some
Russell,
another, I guess.
motherfucking Emmys.
hey, if Gary Russell would have had the footage of him punching Terrence Bud
Terrence
Crawford, he
Crawford.
probably his fucking followers would have went up to the roof, probably.
And I'm pretty
Just off
sure
that.
wherever they was at got security cameras that got that shit. And you know niggas ain't thinking about that shit at that time. That's back in early 2000s shit.
Right,
Like,
like
yeah.
yo, pull that shit
See,
so I
but
can show these
I
niggas
don't
I
think
stole
Gary
on
and
them.
them like the Russell
snuff
fam.
this nigga.
I don't think the Russell fam ain't like that. They're not gonna be like spreading like talking sparring wars and shit like that. They ain't on that tip like that. You know what I mean? Like other motherfuckers, they be
No,
like,
that's the
oh
first
yeah,
time him doing
release the
that shit.
sparring footage. Like who does it? You know?
Hey, y'all know you
So
know how he was giving his
yeah,
condolences
I
to
don't think
Leo
man.
Santa
Like
Cruz?
when they release like sparring stories and all that shit, I don't believe that shit, man. Until in the footage, and then it's like, come on, man.
Yeah. Hey,
What you
y'all
saying,
remember
Brad?
when he was giving condolences to Leo Santa Cruz when his dad passed?
Oh,
Yeah.
I threw that up in the hangout.
Yeah. You saw how he was like, I am so sorry, Slim. You know how he be talking. Like I think when Bud Crawford approached that nigga, he's like, remember I told you I was gonna break your neck. He gonna back down. He gonna go to IG and be like, I'm so sorry, Slim. The same stash shit. I think he gonna do that when Bud Crawford approached him.
Nah, I
I'm
don't think that. I don't think
deeply
they better be
sorry.
grateful. I think they better be grateful it's a fucking pandemic.
Yeah, that's true.
If them niggas ever
I
see
think
each other
both of
at a
them need
fight,
to
it'll probably
concentrate.
be on
Both of them
site.
just need to.
When is
Yeah,
the
I
last
mean, I
time you
think they
ever
both
heard
need
a
to chill out,
nigga?
concentrate on their weight class, and try to unify them at there, and stay away from each other. That's it. At this
When the
point,
No,
last
they
time you heard a nigga say, not like nigga, I'll fuck you up, I'll put hands on you. This nigga say, I'll break your neck.
because he gonna pick his little ass up and drop him right on his fucking big
You
ass
know that
forehead.
nigga
man. I'm
serious too, dog. That nigga say, I'll break your neck, nigga. Fuck putting hands on
Hey,
him, I'm gonna break your neck, bro.
Because it's a
hey,
street
people
fight
get
at
it
that point.
twisted. People get it twisted because Terrence Crawford don't talk a lot of shit. But don't get it twisted. If you talk shit to him, he may not say it verbally, but
Oh, he's gonna
just
say it
ask.
verbally.
But I'm saying like ask Deary John. Deary John talked a lot of shit leading up to their fight, and Terrence Crawford kept his mouth shut. But they said he was talking shit to him in the ring. Alex
Mm.
Kellerman, Max Kellerman was he asked
Crawford about that. He was like, it looked like you was saying something to him, and he was like, some of the stuff he said leading up to the fight. So I was just letting him know.
Listen, you want to know how about it Bud Crawford is? Watch his This Is 50 interview. Now, Jack Thriller ain't no little nigga. I met the nigga. Terrence Crawford manhandled that nigga. Like on some wrestling shit. Because Jack knew he couldn't throw hands on him. He's like, well, I'll whoop your ass at wrestling. Because he know Crawford used to wrestle. Nah, that didn't happen. Crawford pretzeled that nigga. Dead ass pretzeled that nigga. And Jack like 230, 240. Bud is what? The heaviest you ever seen him on camera is like close to $180.
Yo, bro,
And that's
look,
him.
when I
Not,
went to the
that's him.
Loma,
That's him not throwing hands. That's them wrestling.
yo, bro, when I seen Bud in person, he was like 10 feet away from me and he had the little Versace silk shit at the Loma and Rigo fight. He was easily 180, at least. At least, because at that time, I'm like 175, 180 myself. I'm like, how the fuck is he big as me? Like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on? You just knocked out your man for undiscruted, you know what I mean, to the stomach, and now you looking crazy, wild skinny. Now you like he was looking crazy chubby, but he was bulking up to get back down to 147, and now he's, you know, he's official. You know, he's big, but the same time, like you got a question, like, damn, Kavalauskas hurt him, but then again, Kavalauskas is not a small welterweight either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because
So I think people
we only
kind of
seeing the finished product in the ring. We ain't seeing what these niggas is walking around at. Because they
right,
weight
right,
cut is serious.
yeah. Because when I seen Hurt, yo, Hurt is huge,
Hurt
man.
is
He's not like
big. I don't
Hurt's
give a
not no
fuck.
five.
I seen her.
Hurt, I'm like, there was like, yo, I remember a couple fights they had him at 5'11" and a half, or one at
No,
six
her
one. I'm
is
like,
at
yo,
least
Hurt is like
6'1"
6'2". He's
and
like
like
at least
200
6'2", because
solid.
I'm 5'11". He's like 6'2". He's 200 solid, man. 200, 215 solid,
Mm-hmm.
man. Like
Seen
walking
that nigga in the
around.
Barclay.
And I don't even
And
know
I'm like,
how he drops down to 154 is
I don't get
beyond
it.
me. I don't see how he
Yeah,
do it, but
I don't get it either. I seen him at the Barclay, and I'm like, nah, hell no, nigga. Mm-mm. I'm taller than the nigga, but he
the
definitely
first
had some
time
size to him.
the first time I met him, it was at the Gary Russell and Jojo Diaz fight, and me and Corey Lee was there. We was talking to him, and then he was, you know, he was in between fights, and he was big. And then when the next time we had saw him, he was, you know, that's when he lost to J Rock, that fight over there. And we was at the hotel when he was doing a conference or whatever. And he was looking wild, skinny, like, you know, just walking around, pacing and stuff. You know, I think the weigh-in was the next day, you know, so it was a Thursday I went. And I was up in there, and you know, it was, you know, other channels there and all that. You know, shout out to Mike DC and all of them. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know who y'all are. And, you know, he's looking crazy, like he was looking frail. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he looked kind of frail, like to me, like. And I was asking Corey, like, Corey, to me, like his leg, like everything looked real skinny, like compared to the last time we seen. He was like, yeah, man, you know, they train and shit. And you see during that fight, man, that first couple rounds, yo, he was getting hurt. You know, and it wasn't like, I mean, I was there, like Julian was really catching him, but like, you know, Julian ain't got that much pop to his shit. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have way crazy pop like that. You know, so when he was hurt like that, and you know, hurt, he wasn't really showing no improvement in defense by that fight anyway. It looked like he was just gonna just, you know, run over uh J Rock, but that didn't happen, and y'all saw. And I think it was because he was weight drained, and he said it himself. And to weight drain yourself like that, you coming from 200, that's just unhealthy, man. If you're not like within 15 pounds between fights, you're not doing it right, man. 15 to 20,
Nah,
like 20 is the
these
max.
dudes be cutting hella weight,
They
dog. Like
hella weight,
40
man. Like,
pounds.
yeah, that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous. That's dangerous. It's not good.
Eating cream cheese and shit. Like, up, I'm full. Like, who the fuck just eats cream cheese? Like, nigga, stop eating.
What
Dead,
team
dead
uses cream
ass.
cheese? Ruiz?
Yeah, you just eating cream cheese just to cut weight. Nah, like my man do that shit when he wrestle. He'd be like, oh, but I gotta cut 20 to 30 pounds. I just eat cream cheese. Like, nigga, your breath stink. Hey, you starving. Like, nigga, just be disciplined. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? No, son, I got it down to a science. Like, yeah, well, when your ass pass out on that next run, I know why. I'm just eating cream cheese.
Wasn't it David
Hey, nigga.
Lemieux that had? Wasn't it David Lemieux that had a fight that was canceled because he was like, dehydrated?
Yeah.
Like it was like
That
the
could be.
day before. It was like the day
That could
before
be.
his fight too.
That could be a few fighters.
But I'm remembering one specifically, and I want to say it was David Lemieux.
I know. In MMA, fucking that shit happened to Khabib. Nigga had fucking liver failure and shit behind that bullshit. Dropping too much weight. Like, nah, nigga, that means this, your body can't make that weight no more, dog. Move up. When you got failures, that means that's it. Your body can't do it no more.
Yeah. And
Like,
the thing
now
about
all
him
the
is I don't see him moving up and having success.
cool.
Lemieux.
He capped off where he at right now. I don't think his punch big enough to keep niggas off of him, and I don't think I can't say the punch ain't big enough, but
He ain't gonna be able to
succeeded.
hang with the top guys at 168.
I said 68 is where he's. That's it. That's it. I don't see him if he's walking around at 200. Like, oh, I'm gonna fight at light heavy. You getting stretched. Not because of your weight, just because of the skill set of the fighters you got to fight. That's up there. That's holding belts, and you don't fall into that category.
Yeah. Yeah, there's level, like a lot of people forget there's levels to this. And yeah. I actually haven't heard of Lemieux fighting for a while. I'm sure he has, but it's probably been like some low level competition that it probably don't get televised nowhere.
He recently
Honestly, I
got
don't think
injured
this
and
nigga
shit.
fought since. Yeah, didn't he? He didn't fight last year at all, did he?
I don't
He
think
was supposed to
so.
fight
I
recently,
think
but he
last
got
year's when
injured. He
that
got called
happened.
off. He got canceled.
Yeah, because of the COVID shit. No, not because of COVID shit, but
Nah, he got hurt. He got hurt or something like that. And
so he's been inactive about a little over a year.
yeah, then he was prepping for a fight. He had a fight schedule, and then he got hurt during training. So,
That's just like the NFL season right now. You seen the first week, nigga? This shit is crazy. I watched the
there's
first
gonna be a
week. All
lot
you
of
see on the
injuries.
ticker is just injury, 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 injury. Because they ain't got no preseason. They going straight from the pandemic into the season. Like you gonna see a lot of that shit.
Oh, so they skipped preseason?
Yeah, this is the regular season. The games that you seeing that was being played, this is week 1 of the NFL, not preseason. This is week 1. This is the season. This counts.
Well, I don't really watch football. Anything that I know is just because of that one channel I told you all about, Chisel Adonis. I watch him because he's funny. So, and I don't even watch all his videos, but everything I know about the NFL currently is because of him, and I just watch him because he's funny.
Yeah, this is the start of the season. This is
my team want to know,
this is
nigga.
about to
My
be
team
week.
want to
This is
know.
week 2. Man, shut up with your goddamn Pittsburgh shit. I knew you was gonna come back talking shit.
Don't hate, nigga. What's your team?
I ain't hating, nigga. Nigga, my team's struggling right now.
What's your team though?
Don't worry about that. They're struggling.
Oh man, you got to
Just
be the
know that.
Giants or the
No,
fucking.
hell no. Just know my former quarterback is on a team I fucking can't stand.
The Panthers.
Yep.
Damn. Hey, but who? Hey, don't y'all got a black quarterback?
We had Allen and we had another what was his name? He was decent last year. He at least we finished at least at 500, but I don't even think we got him no more because the nigga who ran the offense this week, I was like, oh god, we in for it. So I ain't rooting for my squad this year. We fucked up. Our team is null and void like Washington, nigga. They don't even got a logo or nothing. They just got a W on their helmet. That's how I look at my team. Take the Panthers off their helmet. We just
Yeah, I guess they didn't have enough time to come up with a team name and shit. So they just fucking Washington.
Yeah, they can't. Like when you watch them, I'm like, who the fuck is the W that
They're
beat
like
Philly?
Washington team. Like that's their name, I guess. We're
Yeah, they got
Washington team.
yeah, and then when you look at the uniforms, you're like, nigga, this shit look like college.
Yeah, that's what my bro told me. He said it looked like some college shit. Cause I just
So
see
I'm
this.
like, they got they front seven or they front eight, all rookies. That fucking if they stay healthy, listen,
Mm, they're gonna be doing okay.
Giants and Cowboys and the fucking Eagles
Eagles.
don't stand a fucking chance with that defense.
Damn.
Them niggas had 8 sacks against the Eagles. All young boys. That's all rookies they drafted. Because remind you, Washington had like 16 first round, all defense and a couple things on offense. They picked up what they needed to pick up with these young boys, and that shit in week 1 looks straight. If they healthy, it's gonna be a problem. But my team look like ass, so I don't even give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like Cam over
Brown.
here wearing big ass hats in fucking New England, like fuck New England too.
Yeah. But at least Tom Brady took a L. I think they lost.
Oh, I
They
knew he
lost.
was taking that.
Yeah, they
Saints.
did.
Yeah,
I
you
knew
can't
that
be
was
really too mad at that because that's the Saints, nigga. So Breeze ain't no joke.
no, and Breeze got a fucking squad.
Squad, nigga. Yeah.
This
Breeze.
nigga got
Yeah.
Kamara, Thomas, you got Des Bryant, I think who's still on that shit on the injury.
Wait. They got Dez?
Yeah, Des ain't going nowhere, and Des is healthy. He was on IR last season.
Dez Bryant is on the Saints, bro.
hmm
Oh, I did not know that.
They had Terry Bridgewater before they traded him. Saints
I
was
didn't
fucking
know
deep
that.
last year.
Damn.
Deep at
Shit.
receiver, deep at fucking quarterback. They were straight shit. They got rid of Bridgewater and picked up fucking Jameis Winston. So you lost a starting quarterback to get another starting quarterback.
Mm. Yeah. Well, shit, man. I gotta head outdoors, but I definitely want to kick off this early one. I'm glad you was able to jump on, Charles, because I'm like, fuck, you be the only one that really can't get in these live streams because we be going live late. But you always be in the chat though, so that'd be.
Yeah, I'm in there. I see ILTVA's title. I'm like, oh shit, he on this nigga's head.
Oh, TVA live
Hey,
right now.
Oh yeah, I put it in the hangout.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's on this nigga helmet.
Who?
D.
Oh, okay. That weird shit. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, who the
Okay.
fuck said the Raiders? Brown going? You a Raiders fan? I mean, goddamn. I mean, at one point y'all was alright a couple years
Vegas.
ago.
I want to bring
Las
up
Vegas
something
Raiders.
real quick because
Go ahead,
It won't take long, Black. So, do y'all think, given the reasons, do you think that Rocket is going to support that Charlo fight, or do you think he's is going to trigger some PST?
Oh, Rocket, Mister,
And
I shoot real burners with the Nerf bullets.
and if he does watch the fight, do you think he would be willing to watch the fight from his bed?
Oh shit, Red trolling.
I'm just joking.
Right. He
Rocket
gonna
is
have some
cool as
fucking
hell.
nightmares watching that fight. Yeah.
He's gonna have.
Watch that
I'm telling you,
fight.
post traumatic stress syndrome.
For real.
Rocket watching that shit in the basement, and he fire sticking that shit. That nigga is not gonna tell nobody shit. He just be like, "Yo, I caught a glimpse of the fight," even though he watched it. And he definitely ain't telling you I'm in the comfort of my own bed watching that shit because that nigga gonna have his own damn flashbacks. Like, didn't I shoot you twice, nigga? Pow, pow. All that shit did was stick to his chest. Like, oh shit, nigga, this ain't even real bullets.
That man said he looked at his peg and he looked at me and beat the dog shit out of me, Slim.
Yeah, he said his peck. I was like, his peck? Who the fuck says peck? Like, damn, Rocket really had a real dream about this shit.
Yeah, man.
Shout out to my nigga Rocket with his nutcase ass. That nigga was probably high.
He went to bed high and shit.
Yeah, that's definitely not a sober dream.
Yeah. Hey man, we're gonna shut it down though, man. Hey, appreciate y'all that coming on in the live chat, keeping it litty. Shout out to the playback gang. And like a boxer finesse said earlier in the chat, Checkers Promotions. I play checkers, not chess. Promotions.
All right, peace, everybody.
All right, man. We out, y'all. BBC.
I play Chinese checkers, nigga. Backgammon.
We out, y'all. Peace.